Hi guys, welcome to your daily mood read. All these readings that I do for the mood reads are based on the aspects of the moon for that day. I'm still doing my weekly readings having to do with love and career, so definitely check those out. Those are obviously more extensive than these brief little snippets, but I think these are helpful just so that you can really truly know like what the weather is emotionally for the day, because the moon does rule our emotions. So it's just important to understand that. So we've had the moon's been in Virgo for the past couple of days. It's still going to be in Virgo for today. Tomorrow it's going to be, we'll talk about that tomorrow, but today, for the rest of today, still in that Virgo problem solving energy. um but we have a couple of different aspects, right, as we're preparing for a shift in the moon. So we have the moon trining Jupiter, and even though this is going to be kind of a weakish influence, this is a brief but very ideal time where you're going to feel the opportunity to take up a new feel good activity where you have the chance to take part in something that's just really, really enjoyable for you. It could be a hobby, it could be a new approach to work, whatever it is, but you're going to feel kind of like you're spreading your wings a little bit and whatever it is that you're doing. And this could really be as simple as, going for some sort of, I don't know, doing something around your neighborhood, explore a local area attraction that you've never seen, put your feet up and watch a movie you've never watched before, read a book you've never read, whatever. On the other hand, you may begin to think about an exciting plan to really broaden your horizons and move yourself forward in your life right now. Let's see what we have here. We have the Four of Pentacles. Okay. We have this showing up for you first. So some of you might be thinking about going on a trip or getting into some sort of new, maybe climbing onto some sort of new spiritual journey, something like that. But definitely show your confidence and optimism on this day if you're going to be resonating with this, because you're going to reap a lot of rewards from whatever it is that you sort of opening yourself up to. Now, we also have the moon trining Saturn. This is going to be a really strong influence. This is an auspicious time for any project or any circumstance that demands your endurance, that demands your wherewithal, your non-quit, I can do this kind of tolerant energy and attitude. Right now is also a good day for establishing any sort of new habits and new rituals that are going to ultimately end up serving you, because remember, Saturn is that great taskmaster. So wherever he is, he wants us to establish anything that's going to incite structure. Now, serious matters may need to be considered, and anything serious that's going on in your life, and you may have some sort of very emotional insight regarding how to appropriately deal with it. However, you have to focus in order to achieve a really good outcome for yourself here. It's a short, this is a short energy, guys, but it's a serious one. So you want to, gather your resources and then tackle tasks, people, circumstances that are foundations in your life that need addressing right now, whatever it is. Make sure you don't avoid it. Make sure that you actually, deal with it head on, right? Because Saturn, when we try to ignore Saturn, that's where like some nasty karma gets built up. And then we have the moon trining Pluto. This is a little bit of a lesser influence. It is a bit weak. The transit of the moon is usually, but it's important. The transit of the moon is usually very brief, right? It's kind of like, as I always say, it's the ebb and flow, kind of like the tides of the ocean, right? I mean, that is our moon energy. It's very watery. So you're likely to be a little extra emotional on this day, because days like this can serve to be triggers. All right. Now, obviously, it depends on what else is going on in your chart, but this is a day when truthful feelings come to the surface. And the force of these feelings is really what depends on your other placements. You know what I mean? It really does depend on what else is going on in your chart, but it's up to you, whether or not the truth of whatever's coming out or whatever emotions are rising to the surface are embraced with compassion or not. It is, because it's definitely possible at this time that other people's feelings, opinions, perspectives on things may end up clashing with yours. Or, you might, or we might, right, quite possibly be the ones initiating conflicts because we want clarity regarding a certain situation. But the result is likely going to be that, in the end, you accept the truth, really of your own emotions, and you express yourself. If you feel sad, if you feel angry, if you feel happy, if you feel grateful, if you feel like whatever it is, accepting the emotions so that you can move forward in your life. We also have the moon is going to be opposite Chiron. Chiron's the great wounded warrior, right? The great healer, right? So a little bit of a lesser significant influence. Some of you may be feeling it more than others, particularly if you have your moon in Virgo. But this energy is just all about understanding that when we store hurt feelings in our hearts and in our mind, we also tend to harbor them in our body. And remember, Virgo's all about that mental, physical, and emotional health. So anything that we haven't wanted to look at, we could start to feel like, ooh, the back is lower back is a little sore, the shoulders are a little sore. You got to pay attention to this, because this is the opportunity for cleansing the past, letting go of hurt, feeling and moving forward. Drink lots of water, get as much rest as you can. See if you can really look at these emotions is really the best way of dealing with this. And a lot of us are dealing with Chiron still anyway, because he's retrograde in Aries and he's going to be there until the middle of December. So it really is about this understanding of that connection, right? And if forgiveness needs to be had or phone calls need to be made, this is a great energy to do it in. It really is. This is a good, this energy supports building bridges, not burning them, right? So if you've had a falling out with somebody and it's really bothering you, and just remember, the shoulders can have to do with the throat chakra, right? If you need to communicate something with somebody, if your lower back is bothering you, you may feel like you are fundamentally not secure and safe in your life, in your choices, and what it is that you're doing, right? So it's the different ways that these things can come out. It's very interesting too that we did get the Four of Pentacles, because the Four of Pentacles for you guys, this is, and I want to get my light in there, the Four of Pentacles is an energy of self-protection, right? If it doesn't have to do with money, it's like holding your heart so close to your chest, right? And like, no, now she's got a purse here, yeah, with pentacles. When it comes to pentacle energy, coin energy, doesn't mean more than money. It means mental, physical, and emotional connection as well, the way we connect, right? So when we get that four, it could be you might be really concerned about your future, really concerned. Some of you may be feeling a little, for lack of a better term, greedy with your money right now, very overly cautious. So you might be dealing with somebody who's this way right now with their money. This could just definitely be a reality for you. So let me pull the screen down. We'll pull some more cards and see what we get. And I'll throw some astrology dice. Okay. So I'm doing these from your view. Okay. All right. Yeah. So that Four of Pentacles is working with the High Priestess energy. And this is you just really, trying to trust your own intuition. The only little thing I always say, guys, with the High Priestess, those who've been watching me, I always say, is the High Priestess is a moon energy. And the moon is very much, I feel, right? And it's what happens underneath the surface. And there's nobody inside of ourselves to check ourselves. And the moon does rule the fourth house of Cancer. And what do we say about the fourth house? It's where the stories that we tell ourselves live. So we just want to be careful that while we're trusting our intuition, we want to make sure we have one foot based in reality. But what I do like about this energy, guys, I have to tell you, is so that's just a little like caveat, but you are going to be in a space of feeling pretty confident about what it is that you're feeling, which is great. But also you're not going to be feeling like you really want to talk about it to anybody, which is really great too, because it does seem like something is not ready to sort of come out yet. So it does seem like you're being called to protect yourself from your intuition is telling you to do this. And you have your sights set on something as far as making changes to adjust that. So maybe you have an idea for a new money making plan, you want to get a new job, you want to make changes in your relationship, whatever it is, because if it has to do with you keeping your heart close to your chest, that this could definitely be you trying to figure out what is the best thing for you, right? And then we have this working with the justice energy. Yeah, I mean, I really like this because this is about focusing on cause and effect, there being like win-win solutions figured out, the truth coming out of something. And remember, the justice energy is Libra energy. Libra is the seventh house of partnerships, which is ruled by Venus. And Venus is not only about money, but it's also about our self-esteem and our sense of self-value, as well as our ability to love and be loved, right? So is it equitable? Are things fair in whatever relationship this is? So it doesn't have to be an intimate relationship. This could be a friendship. This could also be, because Libra is about partnerships, anyone we have a shared soul purpose with. So this could be a business partner, a really close friend, a really close family member. How equitable are things? And I do see there being some very good conversations coming out, despite the fact that there is a lot of anxiety, right? I mean, I always call this the 3 a.m. card, right? This is, some of you might be having nightmares. Some of you may be struggling with some anxiety, some grief, some sort of depression, some sort of sadness about something, or this could be that, there being this question of what's fair, what's not fair, and you feeling very sad and very anxious about it, you know? So I think this could just certainly be where your mind is set. It's going to be obviously a little different for each of you. We have this working with the Six of Pentacles in the upright. I like this energy a lot because it's about reciprocity, generosity, giving and receiving. So I have your back, you have mine. To me, this is a great like partnership energy. Again, generosity. So maybe somebody's giving you money, or maybe you're giving somebody else money. But again, this could also be support. Maybe somebody needs your support right now. Now we have this because we do have this working with the Seven of Cups in the reverse. And the Seven of Cups in reverse is clarity and the illusion of something ending and some sense of sensibility being restored. It's like, the blinds are finally kind of coming off the eyes. And I do see there being some sort of, now this could be for you or for somebody close to you, but they're being like, yeah, you're just being there for somebody, or them being there for you. For sure. Now, for others of you, if the clarity that you're having here is that I can't keep working at this job, or I can't keep doing this, or this, or whatever, I want to go open my own business. Six of Pentacles can mean somebody, you getting a loan, or somebody giving you money, to help you out for the time. It could certainly be that, or somebody's just being very supportive of you. Now we have this working with the Tower reverse. So Tower is a Mars energy. When we have this reverse, this does indicate oppression, the sense that some sort of disaster has been averted. Energies being focused on security, there being a great deal of a great fear of change. So that's the Tower energy. Now, towers, we can have internal towers, which doesn't have to be external. This doesn't have to mean anyone's relationship is ending or people are, losing jobs or whatever. It can be, but it doesn't have to be that. It could be the ending of something, but where it's like, thank God that didn't go, the other way. Or this could be you feeling very oppressed by a situation, you're oppressed, but at the same time, it's like you don't want to make any changes that are necessary in order to feel better in the situation. That could certainly be the situation. But, a lot of times, though, on a very personal level, this could be just a changing perspective, just putting a different set of glasses on your eyes and seeing things differently. Right? Because you're realizing that the way maybe that you were seeing something or somebody else doing this close to you, it just wasn't serving them anymore. And then we have the Judgment in the reverse. So the Judgment this is a Pluto energy, and in reverse, it does indicate the idea of denial, making an error in judgment. You know, again, this fearing change, fearing change. We have so much fear of change here. And there is this idea of feeling weak, having to do with something. So, you know, everyone is handling the election differently. I kind of have been avoiding discussing that for a myriad of reasons, to be quite honest with you. But this can be this energy of being maybe not being happy with the way things are going, or things have been decided, and there being a significant amount of fear of change, you know. But just remember, this is all part of life right now. It is. So and on that point, guys, I don't want to get into anything regarding any of this. I believe me when I tell you I have my viewpoint, my opinion. I am very well read on this stuff, but I just don't feel like this is the forum that I really want to get into it. But I'm asking for you guys to not end friendships and family connections. I'm getting upset because thank God I don't have this in my life, but I can't tell you how many people I'm dealing with who are in so much pain because of this. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's simply not worth it. There's nothing wrong with not agreeing. There's nothing wrong with that. I have to tell you, for me and most of my friends, we all have very different political views, and we're all very politically entrenched. You know, we really are. My best friend and I don't agree. She's a lawyer. I have a different perspective, you know, and we respect each other, and we always have. I mean, just have different perspectives. What's the matter with that? You know, but this not speaking to anybody anymore because of these crazy fights, because we're trying to get people to see our way of doing something. And I know a lot of you are not going to like this, and if you move to unsubscribe because I'm saying this, do you, it's be you, whatever you need to do. But I would feel remiss if I didn't at least mention this, because it's such an overwhelming thing that I'm dealing with, from not only subscribers, from so many of my clients, from my students. It's unbelievable. So so it's just, yeah, love at the end of the day. Right? We're all part of the same human condition. Let's just remember that. All right, guys, I will leave it there. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye-bye.